What's going on, everyone? So, the Dallas Mavericks ended up landing the #1 pick in the upcoming draft. And of course, that means they're going to take Cooper Flagg. I know all the Nico Harris jokes and all that stuff. I would be shocked, probably more shocked than even Luka getting traded, shocked if they didn't take Cooper Flagg. I think they're landing Cooper Flagg. I think that that's the best decision for them. I'm curious to see what Dallas ends up doing this offseason. Do they kind of hit the reset button, right? Because, I mean, there is an argument for that. You know, you have Derek Lively, right? You could go Cooper Flagg. There's your front court. You got Jaden Hardy. You got Max Christie, right? Can you turn Anthony Davis into, a guard, a point guard and some assets and some pieces, right? Like, there's an argument in that regard. There's also the argument to kind of maybe take pieces and try to really push their chips in. Dallas believes that they're a contender, right? Even before the whole Cooper Flagg scenario. Now you add in Cooper Flagg, and we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Now, I am curious how they're going to kind of line up that team. Right? Like, I see a lot of people that are like, oh, well, they're going to go Kyrie, Clay, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Daniel Gafford. I don't know, right? Like, yeah, Daniel Gafford and Anthony Davis give you the interior defense, but is Cooper Flagg going to be able to defend perimeter threes, right? Like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But one of the things that I think that Dallas landing Cooper Flagg is going to yield is Dallas trades. Right? Regardless. PJ Washington is one. Daniel Gafford is another. Talk about two guys that kind of are going to be the odd man out in the rotation, I think. But I want to focus on Daniel Gafford in this video in particular. Talk about PJ Washington in another video because I do think he's worth at least a conversation with. A couple other players that I think that there's conversation with. But Daniel Gafford is the guy that, one, reports have came out, is most likely behind Nick Claxton. Two, is cheap enough to where we could trade for him, not break the bank, and still go make other moves, still go make other pieces. Three, he has chemistry and familiarity with Luka. Four, he's bigger than a Nick Claxton, let's say. And five, they just got Cooper Flagg, which means that there's probably going to be a logjam in their front court that they're going to have to address. And Daniel Gafford's probably the odd man out. Now, six is Daniel Gafford's going in a contract. He's going to need a new contract. And he wants starting level money. Which means he wants somewhere from 18 to 22 million a year. That's what he's looking for when you're talking about him being, getting his next contract. Is Dallas going to pay him that kind of money and also max out Anthony Davis? And then Derek Lively is going to be due for a contract soon. And then now you have, Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson. And I don't see it. I don't. And, there were already talks about Dallas trading Daniel Gafford, and in particular to the Lakers, before the Cooper Flagg incident, right? So long before Cooper Flagg was even in the picture, right? Before that was even, when that was just a pipe dream, there was conversation about Daniel Gafford potentially being traded to the Lakers or just being traded, period. And I've seen a lot of people, a couple things that I want to address. One, see a lot of people that are like, oh, Dallas would never trade with, the Lakers again. Like, why? Rob Pelinka and Nico Harris still have a great relationship. Nico Harris didn't care. Everyone was screaming for the guy to stop talking and to just stop doing interviews, and he just kept doing interviews. Like, Daniel Gafford and the owner, none of these people cared. None of them. And now you could argue it's all justified with, going and landing Cooper Flagg. So they don't care, right? Like, if the Lakers, if they can get a good enough deal from the Lakers to land them Daniel Gafford, also Daniel Gafford is an expiring contract. What if he says, I only want to go to Lakers? If you're going to trade me the Lakers. Another team's not, he's not a star to where a team's going to go, hey, let's do the Kawhi Leonard scenario, right? They're not going to do like, oh, well, hey, let's take a chance on him for 1 year. No, they're not going to trade assets or anything to go and get Daniel Gafford when he could just leave in the offseason and go sign with the Lakers outright. I mean, the Lakers could stand pat and have like $70 million in cap space, right? Like, so again, one, I don't want the Lakers to do that. Two, I don't think the Lakers will do that. But 3. I hope the Lakers don't do that. But point is that Daniel Gafford, I think, is a very realistic scenario. And it's not just like my opinion. Again, there were reports, there were insiders who have said the same thing before the Cooper Flag scenario. Now you add in that to the mix, and I think it makes it even more likely. The idea that Daniel Gafford to the Lakers is far-fetched, I think is so silly. I can see so many comments where they're like, oh, Daniel Gafford is never, like, it's Daniel Gafford. No one was talking about Daniel Gafford before Luka. Nobody. Like, no one was, when Daniel Gafford got traded to Dallas, no one was like, man, Dallas, that was the piece, that was the guy. No, Luka made him a star. Look, Daniel Gafford, don't get me wrong, even after Luka left, was really solid, was really great. Dallas is still playing him 20 minutes a night. Right? So he's not that good to where it's like, it's not, again, he's there's arguments if he's even worth $18 million a year. No team that he's ever been on, no year has he played full starter minutes as a starter, night in and night out. Doesn't happen. So either A, teams don't believe that he's capable of doing that. 2, it's, a scenario where, you see guys, right, are like really good in, a certain amount of time, right? Taurean Prince with the Lakers. If Taurean Prince played 15 minutes or less, he was actually like excellent for the Lakers. Like the numbers backed it up, the plus minus, like everything. I mean, it was like, wow. As soon as he played that 15th in 1 minute, like literally, like 1 minute more, right? As soon as he did that, it would be 16 minutes, but you get my point, right? So as soon as he played that 16th minute, right? That was it. All of a sudden, Taurean Prince no longer, he actually was a huge negative for the Lakers. You see guys that are just really good in a particular role in a particular amount of minutes, right? And then beyond that, it's not like things start. Jackson Hayes is another guy that I've talked about, right? Like Jackson Hayes in like 10 minutes is great, right? He'll have games, he'll have moments, he'll have stretches where you're just like, wow, this guy's fantastic. But the longer he's in the game, the more that he gets exposed. Daniel Gafford, again, is a very good basketball player, right? If the Lakers go and trade for Daniel Gafford, does him by himself make the Lakers the best team in basketball? No. Does it make them better? Sure. Part of that is the Lakers just don't have anybody else. Like, I think it's funny that, like, whenever the Lakers are interested in a guy or they, like, want to trade for a guy, all of a sudden they're, like, a top center in the league or a top player in the league. Right? Like, no, again, no one's talking about Daniel Gafford. No one's like, oh, Daniel Gafford's too good. Like, you can't, like, man, if he goes to, OKC, man, that's it. Just give them the championship now. But when they're talking about the Lakers getting Daniel Gafford, it's like, oh, Daniel Gafford, they never trade Daniel Gafford to you. Like he's untrade, like he's this like superstar. Like no one's expected him to be a star. He is really good for what the Lakers need. He is ideal for what the Lakers need. Not every team in the league needs him. Most teams don't. Most teams either A, have their guy, or B, have a guy that they're hoping that will become that guy. How many teams need a Daniel Gafford? Like a team like the Warriors, sure. But outside of that, again, there's not like this well of teams, this plethora of teams that are lining up to trade for Daniel Gafford, especially when he's in a new contract. He wants $18+ million a year, and he has a lot of say on where he goes. Right? And you don't think he would want to play with Luka? You don't think he'd want to go team up with Luka that made him look great and essentially got him the bag? And he's 26 years old, and him and Luka could be kind of your foundation for people. Like, of course. I mean, there's an argument the Lakers should have traded for Daniel Gafford, before Dallas did, and they didn't. Right? Like, so to me, I look at Daniel Gafford, and again, he's great. I think he's a guy. I think Luka will make him a 15-10 guy, right? But again, let's not pretend like Lakers would be trading for, Giannis or be trading for like Embiid or something like that. Like, again, you're talking about a guy that is a very good role-playing center. Why is that great for the Lakers? Because that's what the Lakers need. The Lakers don't need some superstar center. They need a role-playing center that knows his role, plays his role well, that can rebound, block shots, defend. Get the putbacks, be the lob threat. Guess what? Daniel Gafford can do all of those things. And he's perfect pairing alongside Luka. He's cheap to where the Lakers can go and make other moves and do other trades, right? Like, again, Shake Milton and, Gabe Vincent gets that done, right? Shake Milton's on a non-guaranteed, so, you can just waive him and you're good. You don't lose any money or anything like that. Gabe Vincent is an expiring contract that'll help you out and give you some guard depth until Kyrie gets back, and then you can look to flip him or something like that at the trade deadline. Whatever assets, pick swap, whatever, it is involved in between that process, fine, right? Like, one, I don't think you're selling the farm for Daniel Gafford, and two, right, like, I don't think, again, like, what is his market? I don't think it's anything crazy. I don't, right? I like Daniel Gafford. I like him a lot. I think the likelihood of the Lakers landing Daniel Gafford just skyrocketed, right? Because they're going to have to trade. They're going to have to start clearing the deck here a little bit and shuffle, to fix the log jam, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Feel what your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mix in the middle. Do you think like, yes, you're right, spot on. Daniel Gafford just got that much more likely? Do you think absolutely not? How do you feel? Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.